Hey guys, welcome back to Glory Locks. As you guys can tell today, we definitely have a lock transformation. These are the end results, but of course, y'all, we need to rewind and let's start from scratch.
You help me.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
But here we go.
All right, and these are extensions at the bottom. And then we got add-ins with synthetic hair. So what we are going to do today is to remove these extensions. If they need some help, we will add human hair to them. And then we're going to do some crochet maintenance as well, because there is a lot of hair outside of the locks. So we will be putting that back. So y'all stay tuned. We devised a game plan, you guys. So when she came in, of course, y'all see that she had the synthetic like faux lock extensions. What happened was, I guess she was experiencing some thinning. So she decided to go to a local braid shop. And of course, in a braid shop, they are not skilled locticians. So, I mean, I give like I guess a B or C for effort for the braider that tried to, just like attach the synthetic lock extensions. But of course, over time, the synthetic lock extensions, separated from the hair, unwrapped from around there. So as y'all see, the first protocol for this lock repair was to definitely take out all the brown locks. My client pretty much expressed that, they were bothering her. Because, of course, as y'all see, her hair is like black, basically. Of course, with some gray hair, but the brown locks were, like it just didn't go. So that was my first priority, was to literally remove all the brown locks. And then that way I could see what condition the lock was in. And y'all, I'm going to be very honest. When I removed most of the brown, once I removed all of the brown synthetic extensions, I saw where some locks were thin and then some were wrapped that didn't even need to be wrapped. So if you're having issues with your actual locks, I would definitely recommend to come visit me. So that way we can discuss your options, because of course you don't want to add anything that's synthetic to your real growing hair. You want to, even if you have to add in some pieces for thickness, length, or volume, definitely you want to use human hair, so that way it matches with your texture. And then that way you just don't have a lot of like inconsistencies in your locks. On a high note, I would like to say that a lot of times when people start to experience thinning at the roots, that typically means that you need crochet maintenance. A lot of people that have locks are not aware that crochet maintenance is like very vital to the strength of your hair. Of course, once you go on a lock journey, it's a journey which typically that lasts for years. So you always want to make sure that you are at least going for crochet maintenance, if not once a year, at least 6 months, or just going to a specialized loctician, not a lock stylist, but a loctician. So that way they can be able to, of course, assess your conditions and just basically tell you what needs to be done. And then, of course, just keeping up the maintenance on your locks. A lot of people know that locks are low maintenance, but honestly, they still do require maintenance. Not as much maintenance, but at least to have it checked on. So just to kind of give y'all like what's going on with this lock, I am removing it, but as y'all see, it is kind of thin. But honestly, with it being thin, sometimes the lock can either be cut or I could just add human hair to it. But today, I really was worried about the health of her hair. So if anything, I just removed the lock extension. And then when she comes for her next appointment, we'll definitely assess the locks even further. Because if y'all don't know, a lot of these lock transformation appointments definitely are anywhere from around 3 to 4 hours. Nothing short of nothing short. All right, so I washed her hair, gave her a good wash, you guys. Got a lot of buildup out. And now I'm just kind of trying to section her hair so that way I can start the magic transformation, you guys. And then also one of the things we noticed about her locks is that whoever started her locks, they did not give her specific parting. So I also was trying to go through and just to see where the parts was, but they definitely were sporadic. Right here, I am naturally separating the hair using the comb rake method. I am not a person that likes to pull hair out to make perfect parts because, of course, that does, after a while, affect the integrity of the locks, the strength of the locks. So here I am just carefully, just naturally separating the locks, from the loose hair. And again, with crochet maintenance, as y'all see, you know how it looks like a little afro on top of the locks. If you have that when you wash your hair, that means that you need crochet maintenance. And I always tell my clients that typically if you can put your whole hand through the root of your lock, then that means that you need crochet maintenance. So definitely there are signs to know when you need crochet maintenance, and especially if you don't get crochet maintenance, because again, the locks are growing and of course the bottom part of your lock has matured, but the top part now needs help locking. So basically what you would need to do is just, of course, to have some crochet maintenance, and that way we can close the gap. So y'all see, look how big that gap is, all that loose hair. So here I am about to go in with my Clover crochet tool, and now we're about to start crocheting all that loose hair back into the actual lock. Now we are making it around to the part where I am adding human hair. I do keep human hair on hand just because I know sometimes lock repairs require for like custom lock extensions rather than, like you can go on Amazon and get lock extensions, but sometimes just due to the sizing of a person's locks, you want it to look as natural as possible. So right here, this is one of those locks that had the brown hair on it where she went to the braid shop and they added that synthetic hair. So basically, of course, I removed the synthetic hair, and then I did see that it was drastically shorter than all the other locks. So here I am just crocheting with the human hair and adding length pretty much and width to the existing lock, and of course just making it seamless. So that way, it doesn't look as if an extension was added, because sometimes even when you buy like those bulk extensions, depending on the size of them, they just look very bulky and unnatural. So a lot of times, just depending on the client's size of locks, I'll definitely just add human hair and crochet to the thickness of the actual lock size that they have, and yeah, it looks really, really natural once it's all done. For the sake of this video, I am going to speed this up so that way I don't draw the video out. Now, this is the last lock that I'm installing, as I did do a 2-strand twist on her hair because she says she loves the crinkle style. So I definitely told her, I was like, hey, the best longevity style for you would be to get 2 strands. So that way you can keep the 2 strands in for about 2 to 3 weeks, take it out, and then wear the crinkles for 2 to 3 weeks. And then, of course, you can come back to me for a wash and another style. But yeah, this is where I'm taking the human hair, and then pretty much, again, y'all see how short that piece of hair is. What piece of lock is. So definitely I'm kind of like, adding it in, with the crochet tool. But definitely this appointment was very, very fun. I did enjoy, bringing my client back to life. I could only imagine, the discomfort of having those brown locks in. And y'all, when I talked to her, she told me that she literally had those brown locks in for like a year. And that, basically, I guess because of her location and not just being able to find a good loctician, she had just been going to stylists that just do hair or just do retwists, but never to a loctician that actually was able to tell her about the integrity of her hair and then just the health of her hair. So she was very, very excited for this appointment, and I'm very, very glad that one of my loyal existing clients, this is his mom. So it was very exciting to meet one of my clients' moms. She was very much a doll. I loved her, and I know that she'll be back. But yeah, y'all, this appointment was very, very fulfilling, especially with me now becoming a full-time loctician. Like, I know the Lord is about to expand my schedule into full time to be able to provide for my family. But y'all, this is so just fulfilling for me, just to be able to bring beauty back to someone's head and, their confidence ultimately. You think it's just hair, but it's not hair, man. It's the confidence that you are able to give your client. When I use my hands, I'm pouring into your life. I'm pouring into your soul, your confidence. And I'm super grateful, that the Lord has allowed me to even, learn these skills so that way I can impact my clients in a very, very positive way. Also, y'all, I am sorry for this angle. I thought this angle would be, really, really good for you to be able to see. So I just bear with me as I'm working on my angles, because I did buy a ring light, a wall mount for my ring light, but I have to figure out a way to lower it or just use a different tripod so that way you can really, really see what I'm doing. But thank y'all guys for watching this video. If you stay to the end, please like and subscribe, comment. I would love to hear you guys' feedback. And yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, because baby, this is just the beginning. But yeah, let's get to these results. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.